display spooky.
Hello, everybody, and this is a horrible predictions video for WrestleMania 32, done by Robert the Godsaw Campbell and Nick Macho Punk Adams.
The second one for me.
Yeah, it's the second one. Second straight month as well for it. You did Fastlane, now you're doing WrestleMania.
Yeah!
And we will throw a disclaimer out there real quick. He has not been able to watch Raw.
For like a month.
So he's just going to kind of go off of whatever's here. And I will probably be kind of doing the same thing, even though I've been watching the show. But if I feel like there needs to be a little bit more to it, I will give a little bit of more reason. Otherwise, I'm kind of just going to give you the actual predictions for the show. So let's start off with some of the pre-show matches. First one, U.S. title, Kalisto, Ryback. My thought process tells me Kalisto.
I would fully agree.
And that's mostly because they have the potential of David versus Goliath. Though they have been playing the whole... the one storyline they've been playing has been the whole... A good big guy beats a good little guy. Okay. At all times. So they're calling Ryback the good big guy, as in good in the terms of being good in the ring, and Kalisto the good little guy. So that makes me feel like Kalisto's going to win, but they could also give it to Ryback.
Yeah, as I said, I fully agree that I believe Kalisto would win it. As you kind of touched on, like, I haven't been able to watch Raw because I've been busy, and it sucks, but I've really been wanting to.
And when you're busy, you're busy.
Yeah, and so sometimes. I'm not sure what kind of story they have going. The way that Rob told me, the story has been like a promo.
Couple promos, like basically Ryback trying to get Kalisto to get away from the Lucha Dragons.
Oh, okay.
In some sense, and basically putting himself as the big guy.
I got you.
Again, he has been kind of heelish, but not fully heel. If anything, they might make this as a full heel turn for him.
In this match, I can see that. But yeah, so without any kind of story context for me, just with kind of the way that they tend to do their matches, I would say Kalisto would beat Ryback.
Okay. Next match is the Team Total Divas, Brie Bella, Natalya, Paige, Alicia Fox, Eva Marie, going up against Team Bad and Blonde, which consists of Lana, Emma, Summer Rae, Naomi, and Tamina. This was originally set up as a storyline based around Brie Bella and Lana, and then they brought everybody, like, eventually Lana brought in Team Bad, and then Brie Bella started bringing in the Total Divas. She already had Alicia Fox. Lana and Naomi had like confronted Paige backstage, so she kind of joined in with it. Natalya just became a team member. Same with Summer Rae and Emma when they were trying to find extra team members. And then Monday night, Eva Marie joined in to a course of booze to a face team. A course of booze. And that's mostly because a lot of people don't like her because she only showed up on Total Divas and is still deemed to be bad in the ring, which I do tend to agree. She's gotten better, but she's still considered relatively bad. Though she's had one match back in NXT where it was like they got me invested into it based off of the storyline. That was when she faced Bayley. They did like a whole corporate type storyline. They want Eva Marie to be a corporate type champion.
Okay.
And going up against the babyface, and they did a good job with that match. So my thought process is probably Team Total Divas in this one.
Okay. My reasoning is going to be very different from yours, so I want to hear your reasoning.
My reasoning is because of... and maybe this is probably the wrong reason. I think they're going to do it because Brie is supposed to be retiring in the summer, though it's getting pushed up because rumors are getting pushed up that she's going to retire sooner to go be with her husband Daniel Bryan, because he retired. Rumor mill is that he's not doing well.
Oh, really?
Since leaving, and that could be a number of things. No other reports are out. So the rumor is that she's going to start being with Daniel more versus being on TV, where she's still going to do Total Diva stuff.
Just not actual ring stuff?
No ring stuff. So that's my thought process behind that. So more than likely, Brie ends WrestleMania, and then the next night, and then she's done.
Huh, okay. I did not know that. I could see Total Divas winning, definitely with like that concept right there, like that idea if she's retiring.
Yeah.
The reason I want them to win is because Paige is fucking hot.
That's good enough reason there, too.
Like, honestly, when I got back into wrestling, what was it? Because it was pretty much on video when I first like started watching wrestling with you guys again, which was at this point.
It was Hell in a Cell. It was Hell in a Cell. No, it was SummerSlam last year.
Oh yeah, you're right.
We didn't do live reaction to SummerSlam, but we did it for Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, and like I always in my mind, I'm like the Divas are just kind of there to watch and be like, oh look, boobies, and not really care. And you're like, no, the Divas gotten pretty good, dude. Just watch this shit. And Paige was the first one I watched, and I'm like, she can actually wrestle.
Yep.
And what the fuck is this shit? This is awesome.
We're gonna talk a little bit about that more later on, because one of the marquee matches happens to, well, quote unquote, one of the more anticipated matches is the Other Divas match.
Oh, okay.
On the show. Matter of fact, on the poster, the three matches that they show, the three sets of matches they show is Triple H and Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar and Dean Ambrose, and you have Sasha, Becky, and Charlotte showing up on the poster along with it.
Gotcha.
To go, basically in the center. Like, you have the two men's matches over here, and they're like centerfold.
That's awesome.
On the actual thing. So that's them showing a little bit more emphasis towards the Divas itself.
But yeah, so just one final thing for me is, like, I'm a big fan of Paige from an actual wrestling perspective, and she's fucking hot, so she has both things for me. So I want them to win just because Paige is part of the team. So
there you go. Good enough reasoning there.
Yeah.
That match is kind of, again, on pre-show, not really thought of too much of at this time. Next match is also on the pre-show. It's going to be the Usos and the Dudley Boys. I think the Dudley Boys, actually, they've been promoting, or not promoting them, but they've been booking them to help Triple H with Roman Reigns.
Okay.
And now, granted, that's also because they've been in a feud with the Usos for a little while, and the Usos are, family with Roman Reigns, so that kind of plays in there. But they've actually been booking them towards Triple H's storyline, so I'm thinking they're going to have the heels go over in this case.
I gotcha. That one's actually kind of tough, because the last time I remember the Usos and Dudleys was when Dudley first went heel. Okay. Like when they basically did the let's have a tag team table match.
Yeah.
And then they won, and then they just took their teammates, which were the Usos, through the table and was like, bitch, it's our thing. Why did you want to do a table match type shit? And that was the last time I saw that. So I'm not sure if there's ever a run back on that. There probably was.
A little bit of it. The main story, like one of the other storylines of the Dudleys going heel is that they quote-unquote stopped using tables.
Oh, okay.
because the fans want the tables.
So they're saying no?
So they're saying no.
That's awesome.
But they've teased it a little bit, and more than likely, I think the Usos will pull out a table in this match.
That's what I would suggest, or that's what I would see, is them pull out the table to put some of the Dudleys through and be like, we can do it. What the fuck? Well, that was a fun burp.
That was a fun one.
I would actually say the Usos will probably win this.
The Usos will win this one?
Okay. If you're saying they haven't really gotten a real run back yet, I think this might be their run back.
Okay. Up next is the New Day and the League of Nations. Now, this is a tag match that seems weird.
Oh, it sounds so good, though. I didn't know this was happening. That sounds so good.
It sounds like fun. Because I like... for purposes of everything, I like Del Rio. I like... as heels, somewhat. I like Del Rio, I like Wade Barrett, and I like Rusev a bit. Sheamus, he's fun to watch in the ring. That's about all, though. Character-wise, I'm not a big fan of the Bebop Mohawk. The rock-steady Mohawk.
See, I love Mohawks. Like that. I think.
Yeah.
Well, we have the video of my Mohawk getting shaved on here.
Yes, we do.
My only problem with Sheamus, like the more I've watched stuff, his character is Irish.
Yeah.
Like, they haven't really done much to Sheamus except he's Irish.
He's Irish, loves to fight, loves to kick people, and loves to drink. He's Irish.
Yeah, and so it's like the most, like, have I mentioned I'm Irish today type character. Like, but I still love watching Sheamus, like, as you said. He's so fun to watch in the ring. But
the reason why I say this is an awkward one is because New Day's the tag team champions, but they've not made any mention to the tag titles being on the line. So they're saying the full rumor is that it's actually a 3-on-4 handicap match.
Ooh, okay.
And they've been basically playing off of the numbers, finally not being in the New Day's favor. New Day's completely face now.
They actually switched over to face?
Their face, they still do the same antics, it's just towards the heels.
Okay, oh man, that makes me happy. I love New Day.
Yeah, New Day's too much fun.
Yeah.
I think this match will be fun, be a lot of fun to watch. It doesn't have a lot going behind it because people don't necessarily know what it is. Is it a 4-on-3? Is it a 2-on-2? Is the tag titles on the line? No one knows.
Okay.
I'm thinking the New Day wins here. Especially if they do put the tag titles on the line.
If we don't even know what kind of match it is, it's hard to say who's going to win, honestly. Yeah. Fuck. I'm going to say New Day just because you did. Yeah. Because if there's no, match, knowledge behind it, if it's a handicap match, League of Nations would totally take it. Just because, at least with how each one of their characters are played up, they're all beasts.
Yeah.
So if it was a handicap, of course. But, if they're doing a 2v2, okay, that could go either way. Yeah. If they do, a title match, 3v3 or something, okay, that can go either way. But if we don't know...
You know what? I'm going to go off and say, since they're doing it, just for the sake of it, maybe they go ahead and... Since they're inducting the Freebirds tonight into the Hall of Fame, Michael Hayes comes out and helps the New Day. Just for the sake of saying it. Maybe he comes out there and we get our first Legends appearance of the night.
That would be awesome.
So, I'm still going with New Day in this one. Up next is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. This is the third time they've done it. This year it's no longer 30 people. Probably because of injuries. It's only 20.
Yeah.
And the people they mainly focused around have been the Social Outcasts, which is Adam Rose, Curtis Axel, Heath Slater, and Bo Dallas, and Big Show and Kane. Mm-hmm. Other people that have shown up that I saw of note, Tyler Breeze is showing up in there, Mark Henry, Goldust is inside there, Damian Sandow's in there.
Is Stardust?
Stardust is in a different match.
Okay. I see it right there.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, we'll be talking about it in 2 matches. My thought process is actually, if they don't have any of the Wyatt family members in there, I think if the Wyatt family's in there in any way, I think Braun Strowman wins.
Okay.
But if not, I do think it's going to be a big guy that does win it, but it's not going to be either Kane or Big Show. I think it's going to be Mark Henry.
That would be sick, actually, if Mark Henry won it.
Especially with him being in Texas.
Yeah.
I think they would do it that way.
Yeah, I could see that, actually. Yeah.
But my main thought is, the Wyatts in there in any way, Braun Strowman's winning that, hands down.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Because they want to build Braun Strowman. And that would be at least a decent way of doing it.
If he just beat up the Wyatt family, yeah.
Well, no, if he didn't beat up the Wyatt family, if he just beat up everybody in the ring.
That's true, too.
So up next is the 4th in the series.
Yeah, I was about to say.
AJ Styles and Chris Jericho. Now, granted, since the last 3 times, it's been face versus face.
Yeah.
This time it's heel versus face. Jericho turned heel. They teamed up for a bit, and they were calling themselves Y2AJ for a little while.
Okay.
They even made T-shirts and started selling it a couple days. This was brilliant, and I think this was Jericho's idea.
Okay.
They had T-shirts made, and they started selling them on the website. And they even wore them out to their match with the New Day for the tag titles. And then that night, bam, turns on them after the match.
Okay.
So brilliant idea there. I love that aspect of it. And now if you since they're no longer selling them, if you have one of those shirts, don't burn it, don't rip it. It's a collector's item.
Yeah. That's smart.
So my thought process here, I don't think they could put Jericho over. Jericho doesn't need to go over here. He never does.
Well, he's Chris motherfucking Jericho.
Exactly. He's Chris Jericho. He doesn't necessarily need the wins. He can help put people over, and I think he's been completely designed coming back in to put AJ Styles over. Now, I think this is... Now, their other matches, I would say, have been they've been good. They've been a little bit ho-hum. If they give them more time for this one can steal the show.
I can see that.
Now, granted, probably nothing compared to what we saw at NXT last night, which I'm going to do a review for that later, guys. But I think this one can steal this show, in particular.
If they give them the time to do it, yeah.
Yeah, they give them the time to do it, and I think they're putting AJ over again.
Yeah, to be honest, like, the only thing that's giving me pause is the fact that AJ is now heel.
No, Jericho's heel.
Oh, I misheard you.
Jericho's.
As I said, I haven't watched for a month, so sorry. If you're saying it that way, yeah, I'm not going to pause anymore. Yeah, AJ's going to win.
AJ's totally going to win. And I don't think he's going to have any problems with nerves because he's wrestled in the Tokyo Egg Dome.
Oh, yeah.
Which holds a numerous amount of people, so I know he's been on TV for the longest time. That won't make him nervous. And that amount of people won't make him nervous either. He's done it before.
Yeah.
And will be more than willing to do it again. So, yeah, AJ Styles in here. Up next, Intercontinental title, ladder match. 7 people.
This is a fun one.
Kevin Owens, champion. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens' main rival. Dolph Ziggler, The Miz, there because they need a paycheck. Zack Ryder, Sin Cara, and Stardust there because there. Actually, the way they built this up, originally I think most people were thinking it was going to be a triple threat match with Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Neville. Mm-hmm. Neville, unfortunately, injured his ankle, is out for WrestleMania, out for the next couple months. Hope he gets well soon. Hate it when anybody gets injured.
Yeah.
But the way they set this up, Kevin Owens is coming out talking about KO Mania, and who was going to face him for the Intercontinental title. So Sami Zayn, who had just returned, Dolph Ziggler and Miz were staking their claim, and it's like, I'll talk to the Authority and set up a triple threat match. So he sets up a triple threat match. Winner gets a shot at Kevin Owens' title.
Okay.
In that match, he does the announcing, by the way, was Stardust, Sin Cara, and Zack Ryder. That match ends in a schmoz. He goes back to Stephanie. He's like, what are you going to do about this? You're facing all 6 of them in a ladder match. Don't piss me off.
Oh, okay.
So that's how that got set up. My thought process here, I really think there's only 2 people that can really win this match, with the downside of Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's the storyline with Dolph Ziggler was like he was going against the Authority, and he had a match with Triple H, and if he won that match, he would get to choose his own match.
Oh, okay.
But he lost that match, so he does get put in a match eventually.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see Ziggs more this night.
Yeah,
But I think either Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn. And I'm going to say Kevin Owens.
I gotcha. I would actually put the money on Dolph Ziggler, from what I watched about a month ago. Because, that was when, Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler were going at it constantly. True. And, more times it felt like Ziggler won than Kevin did. Just because Kevin would just be beating on him, being like, "Yo, I hate you, die," and then also showing off this is your champion, he's garbage, and then Dolph is just like, "Oh, second win, I win," just straight up, almost every time.
I mean, he did lose the pay-per-view match, but
yeah, that's true. But he was still really solid a lot, and I have a really sneaking suspicion that for a 7-person ladder match, if they kind of keep with what they've been working on with the characters at least, Dolph has a really strong shot of he gets that third wind when everyone else is tired because it's a freaking ladder match.
Yeah.
And he can just be like, "Yo, I'm Dolph Ziggler." So.
And I'm thinking storyline wise that really the only 2 people that are of note obviously Miz is of note and Ziggler's of note.
Yeah.
But storyline wise, I feel like Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are the main portion of the storyline.
I know what you're saying.
So that's what I'm thinking on that. And more than likely, they'll be feuding with each other afterwards.
Oh, yeah, I'll definitely see that.
Yeah.
I think this is the first one of all of them that we have a different on opinion.
No, we had a different on opinion in the Usos and Dudleys.
Oh, that's right. You're right. Okay. Can I just take a quick moment and say, I love Stardust, and I hate how much he's just a side character.
Yeah, I actually like Stardust too. I wish he would do more. So many people wanted to go back to Cody, but the Stardust character is really, really good.
Oh, he's so fun. He's so fun.
He's a lot of fun. But the reason why they want him to go back to Cody is because they like a lot of those fans want to cheer him. They don't want to cheer Stardust. They want to cheer Cody because of after everything with Dusty. Way back last year.
Okay.
But he wanted to stick with the Stardust character. I applaud him on that one because he's got a dang good character there.
Oh yeah, I love Stardust. I wish he wasn't such a side character because he just kind of shows up to be filler half the time.
It's true.
When he's such a cool character.
Yeah. And we'll go on from that. Obviously, Zack Ryder, people know him from the people who do know him are from his days doing his own internet show called the True Long Island Story.
Okay.
From Zack Ryder, or the True Long Island Story, was what it was called.
Okay.
It's what got him of note at first and got him a U.S. title run.
Okay.
And then he was squashed in a month. Unfortunately, after that.
That sucks. Okay.
But that's going to end that match. So we're going to go off to what's basically the 4 anticipated matches of the night. At least how I feel of it.
Yeah.
First one, Divas title. Charlotte, Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks. This one started at the Royal Rumble after the match with Becky and Charlotte ended. Sasha came out, beat down both of them.
Mm-hmm.
You saw the continuation. Eventually, Sasha and Becky were teaming up reluctantly. They eventually had a series of number 1 contenders matches that ended in either a double pin or a double disqualification. So they made the triple threat match. And the thing that I've loved about this storyline so far is that with all 3 of them there, they played up their NXT time.
Oh, okay.
They've played up the whole aspect of the NXT women and their time together down there, and playing up the factor of the 4 horsewomen, because the quote unquote the 4 horsewomen of NXT is Sasha, Becky, Charlotte, and Bayley.
Okay.
So they've been playing that up. Obviously, Bayley hasn't been thrown in there at all because she's still down in NXT.
Mm-hmm.
And they've played off of all of that, getting all the dissension and everything, and it's been a fun storyline. It's been actually a Divas storyline that they built and actually give you a reason to care.
I gotcha.
There's also a rumor of an overhaul of the Divas division that could happen as early as Monday night.
Really?
Yes.
Huh, okay.
With them getting rid of that Divas title and bringing in a new title.
Okay.
So that big butterfly belt is going to be gone, potentially.
Okay.
So, with that being said, a new champion needs to be made in this one. Because you can't just have Charlotte come out with the title. It's like, we're getting rid of this, and I'm going to hold this now.
Yeah, yeah.
And the person to do that is Sasha.
You think Sasha?
Sasha. Sasha's the person I would think. Becky, with an off chance in there as well. But Sasha's definitely the one that's a little bit more over in here, and they are seeming to put a lot of emphasis behind her. And I think they'll put Sasha over in this particular match.
Yeah, I can't really disagree with that. I mean, I think we can both definitely agree that Charlotte's not going to get it.
Yeah.
I have a little bit more of a feeling that Becky could take it. And this is, again, watching from where I left off. Mm-hmm. They were pretty equal for the most part in terms of, their ring skill, at least with how the story goes. And so, it's because I'm assuming Sasha is still very heel-like right now.
Kind of. Her character is completely the same, which is what I love when they turn someone face. They don't necessarily change the character, they just change who they're going after.
Their target is? Yeah,
their target is. So, obviously, the true face in this one is probably Becky.
Yeah.
The heel is Charlotte.
And Sasha's kind of in between, is that
in between, she's being cheered, and her main focus is Charlotte. but still kind of with that Nicki Minaj type character.
I gotcha. Yeah, so like I could see Sasha taking it for sure. The only reason why I think Becky might take it is with what you're saying of the title being like, poof, here's a new title that we're making. I could see that, like, let's give that to the face first.
Yeah. That's potential too.
So, like, that's like a 55%, 45%, and 0 for Charlotte. Like, that's kind of what I'm thinking here.
Poor Charlotte in this case. So she's held the title for a while.
Yeah, she has. Like, that's the reason why I think they'd have to.
And is really good in the ring.
She is. She really is. I mean, all three of them are really good in the ring.
All three of them are good in the ring, and like I said, they've been telling a good story.
Yeah.
They could tell a story in the ring, but they've been telling a good story outside of the ring in this one, too.
Which is entirely different skill, which is interesting that they're able to, or that...
They gave the time for the women to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I said...
I didn't know how to word it right, but there you go.
Well, if you put it like this, the women of WWE have kind of always been a little bit mistreated outside of the aspect of NXT.
Well, yeah, it's like, here's a 10-minute spot of these two wrestlers feuding. Here's 30 seconds of the Divas. Like,
exactly. That's what they used to do for the longest time, and that's when the whole Divas Revolution started. It was like, it was one night, it was Nikki Bella and Brie Bella going up against Emma and Paige on Raw.
Okay.
You've got a 3-hour show, and they get 20 seconds.
Wow.
And literally people are on, like, instead of, just kind of making fun of the Divas or anything, everybody was just like, why don't you just give them a shot?
Yeah.
And that's how that was how the whole hashtag Give Divas a Chance started and everything like that.
Okay.
And they started doing more and more and more and more. Now they're building up. But up until that time, the only times there was ever a main event for the females that wasn't like Sunday Night Heat or something like that, like one of the C show, was Stephanie McMahon versus Lita, which had a lot of different variables a long time ago. This is back in the Attitude Era. Like, it had The Rock in there, Triple H in there, and all that stuff.
Okay.
And then after that, it was Trish versus Lita, which was just a straight up Trish versus Lita. So they had built up that storyline enough, like, hey, you can main event Raw type of thing. And then after that, they've in WWE, Sasha Banks and Bayley in the Iron Man match at NXT TakeOver. So they've only done it 3 times, but if they're overhauling it, maybe it happens more. Maybe they start building up a storyline that it could main event a Raw, main event a SmackDown, or a pay-per-view.
That'd be cool.
It would be cool if they do it right. It would be cool if they do it right.
I mentioned that Paige is hot.
Yes. But she's kind of on the back burner now.
Yeah, which sucks, but we have more matches to talk about. So.
Exactly. Up next, the street fight. And that is Brock Lesnar and Dean Ambrose. And as I said to you earlier, reason why for a street fight? Well, it's probably the most believable way that you could potentially have Brock Lesnar lose a match.
Right. Yeah.
Though I've loved how this happened. It happened after Fastlane. Brock Lesnar basically doesn't say, but Brock Lesnar basically goes after Dean Ambrose for essentially costing him the match, kind of like bashing him in with a chair when he almost had the match won.
Yeah.
So, like, the next night on Raw, in the parking lot, he attacks Dean Ambrose. They do this before Raw too.
Oh, okay.
They show it before Raw on the YouTube page. Dean Ambrose comes back out later that night, challenges him, gets beaten down again, and then Brock Lesnar accepts to the street fight.
Okay.
And it's kind of been like that where you've had Paul Heyman going out there and putting up both guys, everything like that. He puts over Dean, he puts over Brock. He calls Dean a threat and everything. So, but what else they've been doing, outside of the few physical altercations, they've had Mick Foley and Terry Funk show up and talking with Dean Ambrose and giving him a little toy or a little present to use in the street fight. Mick Foley with a backstage vignette, a very good one too. Basically trying to talk to Dean like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? It's like, and Dean looks at him and says, why did you do what you did? Well, Mick Foley, and it's what I did. Well, I'm Dean Ambrose, and this is what I do.
I gotcha.
And the present he gave him was the barbed wire baseball bat, Barbie.
Oh, okay.
And Terry Funk, who was putting Dean over. This was more of a nonsensical, like a promo that almost didn't make any sense, but it, you know, kind of goes to Terry Funk in that sense. Some of his promos aren't supposed to make sense. But he was in a bar with Dean, and he was talking Dean up and everything, like, if I had a son, I would name him after you, and everything like that. And he was known as Chainsaw Charlie. So his toy or his present was a chainsaw.
Oh wow! Okay.
Which, in the middle of a bar, they actually had Dean rev it up and cut a table. So they actually paid people to sit behind him with a working chainsaw, and probably paid a bar guy for that table.
That's nuts. Okay.
To go along with. My thought process is, let's see here. Brock lost at the Rumble.
Yeah.
He lost at Fastlane. He's winning here.
Yeah.
Dean's going to put up one of those fights that puts him over. But I think Brock wins here.
Considering it's a one-on-one, the street match makes it to where it's, like, as you're saying, like, it can actually be a fight.
Yeah.
Because, like, we sit in the ring every freaking time, like, you see Brock go against Dean, and it's just a curb stomp.
It is a curb stomp.
In the ring.
It's suplex. Brock Lesnar, I have one move, but the move is freaking brilliant.
Suplex, yeah. So the street fight is going to make it to where it's actually a drawn-out fight, probably. But I agree, Brock was going to win it, just because he's been losing a lot when he's the Beast. Like, he's supposed to be like he beat The Undertaker and made everyone butthurt. Like,
he beat The Undertaker, and technically it took 4 people to eliminate him from the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that's true.
And he didn't get pinned or submitted at the Triple Threat. So he technically hasn't lost. Technically, he never lost the title. He never got pinned for that, and his rematch ended in DQ.
Oh, I gotcha.
So, rumor-wise, he technically never lost that title either.
So, yeah, I agree. I see Brock Lesnar winning this one.
Yeah, but it's time for him to win a match again. And, like I said, they'll make it to where Dean is put over, in a sense, as a top-level talent. But they're definitely putting this one in there for Brock to win.
Yeah.
And the next 2 matches are the other 2 main events. I'm going to put them in the order that I think they should appear on air, but I doubt that that's going to be the case. First one, I think that should go on air second to last, or earlier in the show, is the WWE title match with Triple H and Roman Reigns. I see shenanigans happening here. A lot of shenanigans. Because the way they built it up after Royal Rumble, Triple H takes out Roman Reigns after he wins the Triple Threat.
Yeah.
And that was basically because he actually needed a nose. He needs surgery on his nose for a deviating septum up there.
Okay.
So they wrote it off where basically Triple H shatters his nose to get him out of there for a while.
Wow, okay.
The reason why I think this one needs to go on last is because, well, there's no... Roman Reigns is winning this match.
Yeah.
There's no way he's getting cheered. The way they booked him at the Rumble, they booked him so poorly. They booked him too poorly to be protecting him. They took him out early and didn't even have him come out till like 29 again. Where they should have, given him time to rest out there, but stay out there the entire 60 minutes. Or at least when he got beaten down, don't walk out. Go out on the stretcher. Because I know walking out makes you look like a tough guy, but you're still in the match.
Yeah.
You need to get back in the match. And fans have been he had a few week brief moment back in December when he won the title that people started liking him, and they kind of messed it up. They tried bringing him back as a badass, which honestly they did a good job with it. The scene, if I get rid of the fan interaction stuff, them booing him the entire time, the time where Roman Reigns comes back, beats down Triple H, and the next week Triple H doesn't show up. Eventually Stephanie's leaving and everything like that. So that's when Triple H shows up. So he comes out, they back in the SUV, Triple H is there and everything like that, and the garage door is down. And when they raise the garage door, just like out of a horror movie, there's Roman Reigns. And comes in and starts beating down Triple H again. Like, to make him look like a badass, they did a good job. The fans aren't going to like him. And he's going to win.
Mm-hmm. There's no denying the fact that Roman Reigns is going to win this one.
Now, my prediction for the shenanigans, this is where The Rock gets involved.
Oh, yeah, because he was supposed to be in WrestleMania.
He's supposed to be in WrestleMania.
Yeah.
No one knows what he's doing. Also, no one knows what Shawn Michaels is doing. He's apparently supposed to be there. No one knows what Austin's supposed to be doing. He's supposed to be there. No one knows what they're doing yet. I have a clue what they're doing. But I think this is where The Rock shows up. Rock helps him win. And this is where he basically bitch smacks The Rock. And goes heel. He wins the match, goes heel, and you can make it even. You can even throw it in there as that he was somewhat in it with Triple H. Like this was their plan to make him champion, make him the corporate champion. But it has to happen after the match. It can't happen during the match, and it can't. And honestly, I don't think it can happen the next night on Raw. It has to happen at Mania.
I could see that.
I mean, he's already getting booed. You might as well do it.
Yeah.
And it's not even like Cena boos. It's like deafening boos.
No, yeah. And it sucks because I like Roman.
I do too.
Yeah.
I don't have as much of a problem as other people do, but the fans are that much against them. It's like not even like you can hear cheers half the time.
Yeah.
And there's still kids and, like, quote unquote, the kids and the women that would be more into Roman Reigns
are also booing.
Are not behind him enough or not even making enough noise.
Yeah.
To overdo the boos.
I think that's a good way of putting it, is it's not like Cena, where, like, you can tell the very angry or just, like, how much people don't like him. But then you hear, like, the equal amount of people that do, which makes it so interesting to see John Cena come on stage, because you hear just both sides just going so hard.
This was just like a constant boo. There was even a joke saying that they should team up Roman Reigns and Eva Marie together. Because of how bad the boos are for both of them.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It would be hilarious if they did it.
But yeah, I don't know if they'll actually do that. I do see The Rock probably coming up during that match, but I don't know if Roman would basically, bitch slap him. Like, I'm not.
Okay, he'll spear him.
Okay, good point. But I'm not sure if like that will be part of the the narration they want to go with it, because I think that'd be awesome. I think like you said, make him just fuck it. Everyone hates him. Let's make him full heel. Make him the badass we want him to be.
Yeah, make him the badass heel. You can make him the badass heel. You can have him spear The Rock and say, I don't need you.
Yeah.
I don't need these fans who boo me. And everything like that. It's simple. Will they do it?
That's what I'm saying. Not. I don't think they'll actually do it. But that would be awesome if they did. So
it would be awesome if they did it. And I do think Rock shows up here in some way. Matter of fact, if they really want to go the fun route about it, Rock shows up after some kind of interference from the Dudleys or something like that, because the Usos got taken out at the pre-show or something there. So let's just have fun with this one. I'm not like this was never going to happen. Like the Dudleys come out to start interfering. The Rock comes out and helps dispatch the Dudleys along with Roman Reigns. Like it takes both of them to actually do it, not just one person.
I hear you.
And of course, like Stephanie McMahon's out there, and she's causing her own interference, and Ronda Rousey just shows up out of nowhere and takes out Stephanie, which leads to eventually the win, and then Roman turning on The Rock.
All right, so
let's just have fun with it there, because my prediction is that Roman Reigns is winning the match.
Yeah, there's anyone who thinks Triple H is going to win that one. Either you have some major inside information. Or
which people do, but the storyline says Roman Reigns wins.
Yeah.
Or they change it at the absolute last minute to make us all look like complete idiots.
Exactly.
Which they've been known to do. like people predict, and they'll just change it at the last minute just to do it. I bet you someone makes because there are betting odds on these.
Oh yeah.
In some websites, they probably took a look at the betting odds and have one of the backstage hands put a bet on the big odd and just switch it just so they can win it.
That would be funny.
That would be funny and insider trading and illegal,
but funny.
But funny.
So we got one more match.
And this is, I think, should have main event the show.
From what you've shown me, I agree.
He didn't really get to watch any of the Attitude Era. So he's never seen Shane McMahon.
Yeah.
So I showed him the two main spots. I also told him about the Kurt Angle spots with the pane glass at the 2001 King of the Ring. So that's going to be the Hell in a Cell match with Shane McMahon and The Undertaker. Control of Raw, and technically the WWE on the line. I've not liked the build-up to it. It's been bad. Because, as you saw, Vince just names Undertaker.
Yeah.
He's never given a reason outside of saying, "This is my legacy," and holds up his fist. Like, WrestleMania is his legacy.
Yeah.
Because that's been one of the other things they've been talking about.
I see what you're saying. They don't really have a reason to fight, except Vince told him to. Yeah.
Basically, they're making Undertaker look like Vince's bitch. And now, 2 weeks before, Vince does come out and say, if Undertaker doesn't win, he's never at WrestleMania again. Okay, that at least gives them a reason. You could have said this sooner.
Yeah.
I haven't liked how they built it up, though the spot that they did, doing everything they did on Monday night was really good. Where the two of them have a one-on-one promo, and eventually Shane puts Undertaker through a table.
Oh, okay.
Threw an elbow off the top rope into the announce table. So it wasn't like the table was in the ring. He did that jump.
Okay.
And, but to also not make it look like Shane got one over on the Undertaker, as he was going up the rampway, Undertaker sits up. So he was out for a period of time, but they're playing off the storyline that Undertaker says it doesn't matter what you do, it's not going to be enough. So they've been playing off of that. There's been good points. I haven't liked this whole build-up. Again, shenanigans and chicanery is going to happen all over the place here.
It'd be weird if it didn't. It's Hell in a Cell.
This is true, but I don't think this is going to remain one-on-one.
Oh, okay.
Someone's going to either... This is how it's going to eventually happen. Someone's either going to cut the bolt off the door. Going to come out there with bolt cutters, cut the bolt off, enter in that way. Or Vince, or Vince has somebody raise the cage so people can start interfering. In, Undertaker's behalf or something like that. The person that I think... And I may mention earlier of how they've been doing Dolph Ziggler against the Authority a little bit. I think Dolph is going to be the one to help Shane in the end. If they want to keep to that storyline in any way, they have Dolph Ziggler come out in this match.
Actually, yeah, that would be good.
Because they've been playing off the aspect that Dolph has been held down by the Authority. Stephanie had been putting him in bad handicap matches and everything like that, and even almost ruined his WrestleMania attempt by him not winning against Triple H.
But then you have a guy showing up going, I'm going to run this now.
Who's
a better ally.
As a better ally, and now can run this company and give different people a chance. And this gets rid of the Authority and everything like that, because they're even playing off the aspect that Triple H and Stephanie are going to be gone as the Authority if Shane wins.
Okay.
And they've even, quote-unquote, played it up in kayfabe that they would quit the company. More than likely, if they do it, it would lead to some kind of brand split. I'm not too keen on that, but it would be interesting to see what they do. And I don't think Shane will be the one that stays on Raw. He'll have control of Raw, but you're going to get a babyface style general manager, like you get on NXT with William Regal. You'll get that because he's not contracted after WrestleMania.
Okay.
He's only contracted to the company until WrestleMania. It's not like he's been rehired by the company in any kind of executive role. He's just a performer in this case. Okay. Kind of like when Eric Bischoff came in. He used to run WCW, but he got contracted in to be a performer and be general manager of Raw for 4 years. So that's what I think. I think Shane McMahon wins. He does it. He's in control of Raw and makes appearances here and there every now and again when he can. But he's going to leave a babyface general manager the next night on Raw to run the show.
Okay.
Which I don't know who that would be right now. I know who would get the biggest pop if it was, but we're not sure if he would do it. If he's the one doing it. That would be...
That would be sick.
Either that or CM Punk gets out of his UFC contract and comes back to the WWE that night.
That would also be pretty cool. So I didn't, when I was watching like the little stuff that you showed me and whatnot, I didn't get the impression that he had to win to get the rights. Or
it was later said he has to win.
Okay, that does change
things. Vince did flub the line there.
Okay, because the way I understood it was they just had to fight.
Yeah.
So with that changes my mind because I thought Undertaker was going to win it. Because he's old, like we all know. We all watched that Hell in a Cell match with Brock Lesnar, and I know both of us were just like, please don't die.
Please don't die in this match. I know how far you're willing to go.
Exactly. So I feel like his retirement is probably coming up really soon.
Yeah.
And with WrestleMania being, in theory, his like last big showing, this is obviously a big kind of, in theory, a lot of stuff. That's why I kind of thought like Undertaker was probably going to win it. It's WrestleMania. He pretty much always wins WrestleMania. It's his like thing.
Yeah.
With like one exception, we know what kind of butthurt happened after that.
Yeah, and the face that was infamous from the one dude in the crowd.
Yeah, I've seen
that. The bug-out eyes and the face, like that was a good one.
But with that knowledge, I think I'll have to agree with you. And it's probably going to be like you said, like Dolph Ziggler. Maybe if
I think Austin and maybe Michaels show up in here somehow.
That's what I was kind of thinking. If they're both supposed to show.
The rumor mill also is that Cena's clear but just not having a match. He could show up in this match somewhere at any given time. He could help out either side. Like if they wanted to do a heel turn for Cena, he comes out and helps The Undertaker.
Yeah. But there's a lot of possibility for this match with that, because that's, again, the line I did not know of, like, if he wins it, he gets to have the Raw rights. Or not rights, but he runs it.
Yeah.
So they're probably going to play it up to where Undertaker is whooping ass, and then 1 or 2 or 3 people help out Shane. Or we have 2 people help out Shane, and then, like, heel Cena. Let's, like, go with that silly joke. That actually could be a thing.
Vince or Triple H will just be out of his match if he's not quote unquote beaten down so badly. Triple H will show up in there
and like help the Undertaker. You can have this big ass brawl over the future of Raw kind of idea.
Yeah,
and that would be cool.
This is why I think it should main event the show too, because
it's Raw.
It's Raw on the line. It's WWE on the line. That's bigger than the title.
Exactly. So I didn't Yeah, I think I'll agree with you that Shane will win it with that in mind. Because, I thought it was, you just have to fight a dude.
Yeah.
And, if you survive, then yeah, you get to run the thing. So I was like, oh yeah, Undertaker will take it free. But now things are more interesting. So I'll agree with you on that.
But also for this match, I call it the fans can't win match. Because no one really wants to boo The Undertaker. No one really wants to see him lose at WrestleMania.
But no one wants to...
But no one really wants the storyline of the Authority has gotten so stale. It's been around for almost 3 years now. And it needs to end.
It hasn't gone anywhere, stuff like that.
It really hasn't. Like, okay, some people get one over on them for a week. And then they get theirs back.
Yeah.
It needs to end.
I'll agree with that.
But
this
like
is
I said,
the match.
This is a
one.
matchup that no one can, like, the fans can't win because they don't want the Undertaker to lose. They don't want to boo him. But if Undertaker wins, we have to stick with this crazy Authority storyline for a little bit longer.
I think that's the reason why we'll see either a big brawl happen of like multiple people, or you don't see a bunch of people against the Undertaker, because then it's like, yeah, the Undertaker lost, but it wasn't, and it was still kind of bullshit. It's assisting, but it's not just like, wait, he lost to blank, just 1-on-1, like what happened with what we talked about.
Yeah, and what else? What else is there? And the whole aspect of it being his last WrestleMania, in theory, Shane can say that's not your last WrestleMania.
True, that's very true. Yeah, I don't know,
because he would be in control at that time.
Yeah,
in the storyline purposes.
Because I don't think anyone really wants to see Undertaker go, but he's old, man.
He is, and Undertaker's it is truly his last match. He is very old school enough to say, when it's your last match, it doesn't matter who you're up against. You go out on your back.
Yeah, the career matches and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
You go out on your back. You don't go out winning. Very few people have been allowed to go out in a winning scenario.
And it sucks, too, because Undertaker's character is very much one that would leave winning.
Either leave winning, or the fact that people know backstage he's a very old school style guy. They know he goes out losing to somebody.
Yeah. But yeah, unless there's anything else, I think that about wraps up the.
There isn't anything else after that match wise. So that's going to be our predictions for WrestleMania. I know this one took a little while, but hey,
there's a bunch of matches.
There's a bunch of matches, and I decided to go through and have at least a little bit of a talk about each match.
The exact opposite of what you said you wanted to do.
It is the exact opposite of what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this quickly, but I get into it, and then it's like, I've got to talk about it.
We're wrestling fans.
Yeah.
Him a lot more so than I am. I'm getting there.
But guys who are watching this video for this long, thank you, by the way. Second of all, we're going to be doing live reactions tomorrow night.
Yeah!
Tune in to the YouTube channel for a live reaction stream, where we'll be about 15 seconds to about a minute behind the actual event, or at least if you're watching it along with, but watch along with, have our reactions to go along with it, have it go over the horrendous commentary that is JBL and Michael Cole and Byron Saxton. Unless they get the new dude up there.
JR, please.
I would love JR to come back.
Right? JR, please.
But if you'd rather have that, and you can give us questions when there's some downtime, we'll answer them. He'll be here. Justin Solgrad, you watched my Royal Rumble reaction, is going to be here. We're going to have a different setup this time, so we can try to get multiple people on the camera, more than 3 people on the camera.
Yeah.
And
that'll be new.
Yeah. And it should be a lot of fun. So enjoy everything. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for bearing for, what was it, about
Probably
an hour?
Yeah.
Probably an hour. And have a great day.
Oh shit, you forgot to record.
Oh, damn it.